infrastructure development in the country, the Cabinet has approved the medium-term budget for 2019 to 2020 financial year as it endorsed the establishment of the Eastern Africa Regional Roads Authorities Forum. Once formulated, it will provide a platform for the harmonization of road infrastructure in East Africa, especially transnational roads in terms of design standards and costing. The approval follows a Cabinet meeting chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta that will see the forum bring together agencies responsible for the implementation and management of road infrastructure in the region. Now, the World Bank is urging the government to rethink its move to slash development spending and rather cut spending on public sector wages to reduce public debt. The National Treasury, in an attempt to pay striking teachers, lecturers and doctors in April, revised the budget to cut on development spending. The Washington-based lender, however, increased the country's economic growth prospects from its earlier estimation of 5.5 to 5.7%. Now, the ailing sugar industry could be headed out of the woods after stakeholders endorsed a revival roadmap. Sugarcane farmers and private public millers yesterday unanimously adopted a 9-point plan that will be presented to President Uhuru Kenyatta in a month's time. Management and forensic audit of the public mills, financial resuscitation, write-off of debt amounting to nearly 86 billion shillings, and limitation on sugar importation are among key steps adopted at the meeting that was convened by the Lake Region Economic Bloc in Kisumu.
Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Irrigation will provide leadership in bringing together relevant government departments, agencies to address financial requirements of public sugar companies. We feel that the Ministry of Agriculture will take the leadership. They should be able to put us together. As you know, these companies were owned by the national government.
Well, the performance of a company is heavily characterized by the level of engagement of their employees. The engagement levels are an indicator of how much the employees are motivated to do the job well and put effort in carrying out their roles. The Standard Group are launching a Women Group Network program. It is an initiative to equalize the gender gap in engagement levels at work. This is after an internal survey revealed men being more engaged at work than women. Women and men need to be equally engaged at their workplaces for better productivity. Research shows that men do not accurately assess what women are experiencing in the workplace. The company is looking to boost its productivity by empowering the voices of women and having them be the change ambassadors of empowering women at the workplace. Standard Group is looking to host a Women Network event, which will be culminating in a company-wide forum to better engage women.
Yes. Now, once we have realized, we've figured out what these reasons are, then our purpose is now to try and solve those issues and make the workplace experience of Standard Group fulfilling and enriching for women.
Every employer's dream is to have very engaged workforce, because when the workforce are not engaged, there are a lot of challenges in the organization. For example, it will lead to low productivity, low profitability, high turnover, high absenteeism from work. There are also challenges of just creating a very toxic environment.
We are about 850 employees, only 300 are women. So even from that perspective, you can see that the skew is in favor of men employees. And that is what really inspired this whole initiative. How do we try to actively bring women into a space where they become more participative, they become more empowered, and we see their engagement increasing?
Well, the state of agriculture in Kenya is increasingly reducing, where the sector only receives 1% of total loan accounts, being despite the backbone of the economy. According to a report by Mentoria Economics, the sector is greatly affected by lack of standardization and formalization in the agriculture sector.
when he talked about this, where is there such significant underfunding to the largest sector of the economy? It seems almost counterintuitive. And there are very many layers to this problem. But I'd say there's a lack of standardization from the input level, the quality of seeds, the quality of fertilizer, quality of farm inputs. I think that's where the biggest problem, that's where the problem really begins. That leads to poor crop. So you have poor harvests, which leads to a very weak market demand. Then you also had climatic cycles, you know.
And that's business. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for keeping it KTN News.